Hi children, welcome to grade 4 English and this is our session 2 in chapter 4, How Jack Went Out to Seek His Fortune. In our earlier session, we have learned new words and did you know from chapter 4 and today we are going to read the story. Are you all excited? Yeah, and before getting into our session, let's recap what we have seen in our earlier session. And new words. In your concept book, page number 54, we have learned so many new words, right? Booty, hubbub, fearsome, all, stew, threshing, hollering, cellar, guinea, gaily, and flail. And in these new words, we have seen two different tools, right? Flail. Flail is a tool which is used for threshing, that is to separate grains from crops. And awl is a tool which is used for making holes. Okay children, now are you clear about what these tools are? Yeah. And next one is, did you know? And in this we have learned about the author of the story, Flora Annie Steele. And she was an English writer, lived in British India for 22 years. And she was most popular for writing books connected with India or set in India. And in this story, what we are going to learn? Hard work and smart savings will help us have a fortune of our own. We don't have to search for fortune, but hard work and smart savings will always help us to have a fortune of our own. And children, now let's read the story, How Jack Went Out to Seek His Fortune. In your concept book, all of you take page number 55. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack. One morning, he started from home to go to seek his fortune. He hadn't gone very far when he met a cat. "Where are you going, Jack?" asked the cat. "I am going to seek my fortune." "May I come with you?" asked the cat. "Yes," replied Jack. "The more, the merrier." So on they went. Jack and the cat. How they went? Jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel. They went a little farther and they met a dog. "Where are you going, Jack?" asked the dog. "I am going to seek my fortune. May I come with you?" asked the dog. Here in this picture, you can see the Jack and who are all going with him? Yes, cat and the dog. And how they were going? Jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel, and jihelty-joel. And now, yes, replied the Jack for dog. The more, the merrier. And when we are going somewhere with companions, how we will feel? We will feel very happy and cheerful, right? Like that, the Jack also felt the more, the merrier. So on they went, Jack, the cat, and the dog. Jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel. As Jack went a little farther, a goat, a rooster, and a bull came along with him. So on they went. Now, who are all joining with Jack? Jack, the cat, the dog, the goat, the rooster, and the bull. And how they were going? Jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel, jihelty-joel. They went on jihelty-jolting till it was about dark, and it was time to think of some place where they could spend the night. Now, after a bit, they saw a house, and Jack told his companions to keep still while he went up and looked in through the window to see if all was safe inside that home. And what did he see through the window? He saw a band of robbers seated at a table counting great bags of gold. And children, now you can see in this picture who are all joining with Jack, cat, dog, goat, rooster, and the bull. Yes? And they were the companions of Jack. That gold shall be mine, thought Jack to himself. I have found my fortune already. Then he went back and told his companions to wait till he gave a signal, and then to make all the noise they possibly could in their own fashion. When they were all ready, Jack gave the signal, and the cat meowed, and the dog barked, and the goat bleated, and the bull bellowed, and the rooster crowed, and all together they made such a terrific hubbub that the robbers jumped up in a fright and ran away, leaving their gold on the table. After a good laugh, Jack and his companions went in and took possession of the house and the gold. And now Jack was a wise boy. He knew that the robbers would come back in the dead of the night to get their gold. And so, when the time came to go to bed, he put the cat in the rocking chair and the dog under the table and the goat upstairs, bull in the cellar, and bade the rooster fly up onto the roof. Then he went to bed. Now, sure enough, in the dead of the night, the robbers sent one man back to the house to look for their money. But before long, he came back in a great fright and told them a fearsome tale. And now, are you all really excited to know what happened in that house? Yes, I went back to the house, said he, and went in and tried to sit down in the rocking chair. And there was an old woman knitting there, and she, oh my, stuck her knitting needles into me. Here, the robber went inside the house and he tried to sit down in the rocking chair, and there something stuck into him, and it is nothing but that was a cat, you know, right? But the robber thought that the old woman was knitting there and stuck her knitting needles into him. And then I went to the table to look for the money, but there was a shoemaker under the table, and my, how he stuck his all into me. And then he went to the table to look for money, and there was a shoemaker under the table, and with the help of his awl, he stuck his awl into me, he said to the group of robbers, right? And that was the dog, you know, and it is nothing but the dog. So I started to go upstairs, but there was a man up there threshing, and goody, how he knocked me down with his flail. And in upstairs, who was there? There was a man, and he was threshing, and he knocked me down with his flail, that is his tool, and that was the goat, you know. Yes, and he thought that it was some persons, and they were in that particular place, and they were attacking him with something they were having with them. Okay, and children, let's summarize what we have seen in today's session, right? And there was a boy named Jack, and he was starting from his home to seek for his fortune. And who are all joined with him? First, the cat, the dog, the goat, rooster, and the bull. And all of them, they were traveling, and during the night time they decided to stay somewhere, and they stayed at a house. And in that house, Jack saw some band of robbers. They were counting their gold, and to make them run away, he framed a plan. That is, he gave a signal, and after receiving his signal, all his companions made a terrific hubbub. And after hearing that terrific noise, the robbers, they were in fright. They ran up in fright. And after that, Jack and his companions hold the possession of both that house and the goat. But this Jack was a wise boy. He thought that maybe now these robbers they went away, but at the dead of the night, sure they would come back for looking for their gold. Then he made a plan. He kept the cat in the rocking chair and dog under the table and the goat upstairs and the rooster on the roof of the house. And like this he planned something. And after that, as expected, one robber came to that house looking for their gold. And after that, he ran away in fright and told the band of robbers a fearsome story. That is what happened in that house. And what he said? He said, I tried to sit in the rocking chair and there was an old woman knitting and she attacked me with the needles. And then I went under the table looking for money, but there was a shoemaker and he attacked me with the help of his tool. And after that, I went upstairs. There, I can sense some person, he is threshing, that is separating grains from the crops, and with the help of his flail, he attacked me. And until this part of the story, we have finished reading, right? And let me tell you the home assignment for today's session. Children, read chapter 4, How Jack Went Out to Seek His Fortune story thoroughly in your concept book. That is, until we finished in today's session, you can read 56 and 57. Okay? And you have to read it twice. And after reading that, you have to predict what will happen in the next part of the story. Predict the remaining part of the story using your imagination and complete it creatively with proper illustration. That is, with some creative pictures. Are you all clear, children? Yes. And hand in your completed home assignment in grade 4 English Google Classroom. Children, all of you drink plenty of water, eat healthy food, eat more vegetables and fruits, and reduce your screen time. Don't use mobile phones and television often. Give adequate rest to your eyes, and most of all, stay home and stay safe, children. Thank you so much.